Well, how's it going today, guys? We are once again back on Sagittarius Shawty's channel. And today we're going to be going over Sagittarius's first video where she just got out of prison. Well, not prison per se, but jail, in which she stayed for over 35 days in jail as a result of what we went over the last time. That was the time Sagittarius Shawty went to a club in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, got super drunk, she fought and pepper sprayed a bitch, and then her drunk ass admitted to having pepper spray in the car to the cops. And as a result of that, Sagittarius Shawty had to spend a couple hours in jail, where her drunk ass did nothing but berate, assault, and spit at a female cop, which is why she went to jail for 35 days. And yeah. So, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, my hair looks really weird right now, and the fucking light is like reflecting off my fucking bum cheese. So I'm back. I'm out of jail. I got sentenced to 55 days, and I only, oh my god, you can see my tattoos through my shirt. Oh my god, I feel so awkward right now. Hello, it's me, and I am back.
I seriously wish you would have stayed longer in jail. I mean, the internet was way better without you in it.
Hello, it's me. I'm back. Bitch, fuck. Okay, so
I'd just like to quickly remind any and all Canadian viewers and subscribers to this channel that your hard-earned tax dollars went to keeping this fucking warthog stuck in a prison, stuck in jail for 35 days. Your fucking tax dollars went to feeding this fucking pig and keeping this bitch alive. Oh, man, I feel real sorry for the Canadian viewers and subs out there, knowing that their hard-earned money had to go into taking care of this fucking sea cow who had to spend a month or so in jail.
Basically, I went to court. I actually, seems to be turned down. What's it called? I had a gut feeling that I wasn't going to jail. And, everyone was like, oh.
A lot of people that get charged with crimes generally think they won't be going to jail.
You won't go to, why does this seem so crooked? Everyone's like, oh, you're not going to go to jail. I can't see you going to jail, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. So I went to court on February 6th, and I was, literally had, the mentality the whole time that I was going home that day. My teeth are really dirty right now.
Okay, so I get that you're a vapid airhead, and you have the brain not the size of a fucking peanut, if not something smaller than that, but first of all, you pepper sprayed a bitch during a fight that you had at a club when it was illegal for you to own said pepper spray. And then you get thrown into the local jail, where you proceed to assault a female cop. You know, you hit her, you kicked her, you spit on her, and then said cop charged you with assault. So you had 2 charges on you already. Why the fuck did you honestly think you would be going home that day? You literally assaulted a cop. You kicked, you hit, and you spat on a female police officer while you were in the local jail for illegally possessing pepper spray. Why did you honestly think you were going to be going home that day during your court trial? Fucking airhead, I swear.
Okay, so basically, I go in and my lawyer's up there and they call me up to the stand or whatever, not the stand, like in front of the judge or whatever. And okay, so basically what my lawyer did was get this thing called like a pre-sentence report or something, where like he called like everyone who knew me basically and asked me like what I do and like how I am, whatever. And they didn't give good reports. My dad was like,
oh, gee, I wonder why.
oh, she doesn't socialize with anyone. She stays in her room 24/7 and she drinks all the time. And then my probation officer
And gets fucked by black dudes to make money.
was like, she never comes to see me. And then the only person who did a good report on me was the probation officer that I met with to fucking do the pre-sentence report. Anyway, so basically it's just like my whole ass life on like 3 sheets of paper or whatever. No, it was like thick. And basically my whole ass life, like everything that I've been through, like I like told this person stuff like that I've never told anyone before, like stuff that like no one knows. And like to try to get myself from going to jail. And it didn't.
So you put together a massive sob story, which is probably 100% fake in an attempt to ensure that you don't go to jail. How did that work for you in the end? Oh, wait.
Work. So I basically spilled my freaking guts everywhere and all my sad, traumatic stories just to fucking go to jail. The judge gave me like this huge lecture and she was like, it's dehumanizing to spit in someone's face. Like, have you ever had someone spit in your face? I was like, yeah, because I have. Like, why is it okay for everyone to spit in my face, but the moment I do it to a cop, I go to jail?
Well, the reason why it isn't okay for you to spit in a fucking cop's face is because spitting in a cop's face, or anyone's face for that matter, is illegal. And if you spit in a cop's face, hate to break the news to you, little Miss Piggy, but your ass is gonna get fucking charged with assaulting a police officer.
Like, what? Anyways, for me to explain why my hair is like this, in jail I was getting braid ups like a bad bitch, so I wanted to match all the bad bitches in there. And I learned someone commented on my video one time, it was like, you have a very limited vocabulary, and I was like, and then I realized
she probably also has a very limited IQ.
I actually do, so like, I'm gonna teach you guys some new terms that I learned in jail.
Okay, so little Miss Sea Cow here learns that she has a limited vocabulary, and as a result of that, she decides to improve her vocabulary by learning prison slang in jail. Again, vapid airhead.
So fuck you, limited vocabulary bitch. Commenting bitch. Okay, so basically when someone's judge does your hair or whatever, you have to jug up to them, or jug up. It's just called jug up, so like paying them.
Okay. Who is ever going to use prison slang in everyday life? Just who? Who, aside from this retarded sea cow, is ever going to use prison slang in their everyday life? But I sure as shit won't. Because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm sure the people that are subscribed to this channel and watch my videos won't. Because they've never been in jail before. Who, aside from ex-convicts, are going to be using this language in everyday life? Just who?
Actually, like, I would trade my desserts. Like, we got 2 desserts every night.
The fact that the Canadian justice system has decided in their infinite wisdom to give your fucking fat ass dessert astounds me. Seriously though, I guess in Canada you could be 600 fucking pounds. And the fucking Canadian justice system's gonna be like, you know what? Okay, this fat bitch, she definitely deserves a fucking cupcake. I don't care if this bitch is 800 pounds. Let's get her a fucking Twinkie. I'm surprised they didn't double down on the veggies for you.
Dinner, and I would trade a dessert for a braid up, and like she just put like 2 braids in my hair, and like yeah, my hair was like that.
I guess the dessert they serve in Canadian jails must be real good if that's the type of currency that they use for this shit. Like, seriously though, you can more or less virtually get anything you want by using dessert. You could probably trade in like a fucking chocolate chip cookie for like a pack of smokes.
And that's why it's all like wavy and weird right now. But it did grow in jail.
Okay.
Also, I think I caught the stomach flu again. Because my burps taste like freaking rotten eggs. Okay. Also, I found my glasses. Why didn't my dad did? Okay, so I'm gonna explain my jail experience now. If you get there, look at listen. So basically, I went to jail and they did the whole strip process or whatever. And as soon as I went in, I went into like they were like, "Oh, are you feeling?"
Man, I really feel bad now for the officer that had to get this bitch naked and had to fucking strip search her. Poor bastard had to shove his fucking hand up her ass just to make sure she didn't smuggle anything. Man, I don't know how people can fucking do that shit, so my heart goes out to those fucking guys. Those are the real heroes in this story.
Suicidal, and I was like, nah. So this time I wasn't on suicide watch. I was with like everyone else. So like we were in the place where you arrive, and basically they took all my clothes or whatever. They gave me like they made me pee in a cup to see if I was on drugs, and I was like, I don't do drugs. And then
Okay, just to let you guys right now, I have seen this video before. Later on in this video, she is gonna admit that she does indeed do drugs. So just wait for that moment. Oh, don't worry, I'm definitely gonna pause at that moment, but just get ready for that moment where she admits that she does indeed do drugs.
they put me in a cell with this one other girl, and like we had to like pee in a cup just to like get tested or whatever to see if I was pregnant or if I was doing drugs. I'm like, I'm not pregnant, I'm just fat, guys.
I just was getting pregnant. I was running into drugs. Did Sagittarius shawty just had like a mini stroke just there? It was like a few seconds ago we were able to understand her. So they fucking strip shirts me and they, put me in a cell. And I just got to be in the car and I make sure I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. What the fuck was that?
And then the girl was like crying, like I don't know why. I mean, well, yeah, I know why, because she would like bitch her in jail, but like she was crying, and I was like, are you okay? And like she was just standing in the corner like crying, and I was like,
no, she's not okay. She's in fucking jail.
you can go first, I won't look. And she pees in her cup, and I was looking away, and then I peed in my cup, and she looked.
Okay, I'm gonna press X to doubt on that. I guarantee little Miss Piggy here was definitely staring at her the whole time this other girl peed in the cup.
Away, nice girl. And she was like, do you want to be my cellmate? And I was like, I don't think it works like that. And yeah, so then they took me downstairs. The tracksuit was like green. I got a 5X because the 3X doesn't fit me because I'm getting fat. So yeah, I go downstairs and then I go into my cell and it's just like these 2 girls and like they seem normal or whatever. They were nice, whatever. And then like they were telling me like how I shower or whatever, and like showing me where the soap is and like everything that I needed. And like they had deodorant there that was unscented and like didn't even work. And like, cause like I know because my boob cheese was like rotting up, and like my belly cheese and my bum cheese and my fucking.
Well, I can forget about going to sleep or eating in general for the next couple of days now. Thanks a lot, Sagittarius shawty.
Like underarm cheese. Oh my god, wait. I'm gonna fucking. So.
Oh no.
Look at my hairy armpits.
Why? Why do you do this to us? This bitch has 95,000 subscribers. Why does she do this to them? Just why? Does she seriously want to lose subscribers? I think she does. If so, you're definitely doing a good job on that right now. Anyway, let's continue. I can't stare at this shit no more.
This is what jail does to you.
Put it down. Yeah.
Ew. I'm gonna shave. No, I'm gonna go get a wax. But anyway, y'all should see my puss hole. It's even worse. Okay. So, yeah.
Please do not fucking show that shit to us. Because I swear, if I ever come across a video where Sagittarius shawty, for whatever reason, decides to flash her vagina, and it's all fucking hairy and bushy, that's gonna be it. I won't even upload that shit to YouTube. At the very least, it would have to be either on a BitChute or fucking Pornhub, but that would definitely not be going on YouTube if this fucking bitch decides to show her fucking hairy clam hole.
She's telling me everything, and then a week goes by, and it's like, it's not even like, I don't know, I just like, everyone told me to keep my head down and like, whatever, so I just didn't really talk to anyone. She was introducing me to people, and I was like, hey, like, I was being really awkward, because like, I was scared I was gonna get jumped.
It's difficult to tell the difference.
So anyways, like a week goes by, like I think longer than a week, and they weren't getting.
It truly does amazes me that this bitch is able to have commercials up on her fucking channel. It really is amazing.
Giving me like a change of clothes or anything, and I was scared. Okay, there were two things I was scared to do. One is we're 3 to a cell, like the jail's over capacity or whatever.
Let me guess. One of them was eat a salad.
So we're 3 to a cell. So it's me on the bottom bunk, a girl on the floor, and a girl on top bunk. And there's just a toilet sitting there in the room. We're in a small ass room, and you have to shit in front of these people. Nothing in life could have prepared me for having to shit in a small room with 2 other people in it. I held my shit in for over a fucking week. And then when I finally decided to take a shit, it felt so good, and it was fucking huge, bro. I was literally holding in my shit for like, I don't know what the fucking dust is. It's literally a hair that's stuck in my camera. Okay.
Nice pictures.
Yeah, when I finally took a shit, it was like the size of like a fucking, like, it was huge. And then when I finally went.
Something tells me this bitch has had massive turds coming out of her asshole before.
Okay, so basically I wasn't showering because I didn't have a change of clothes, and I didn't want, like, it was awkward because.
Well, of course you wouldn't have a change of clothes. Once you get your fucking jumpsuit, those are the only forms of clothes you are ever going to get. Fucking airhead.
Like, the shower is like this big, like, not big, it's like the size of my room basically, and there's like 3 showers, and there's like no walls separating you from anyone. It's just an open thing with 3 showers, and then there's 2 there's 2 toilets in the room too. And like there's no walls, like there's no privacy or anything. So if you're sitting in there, everyone's seeing you. If you're doing anything in there, everyone sees you. There's like a little brick wall, but it goes up to like here, so like you can see the person beside you and what they're doing too. Probably goes up to like here when you're sitting down on the toilet. Yeah, so I was scared to take a shower and get naked in front of all these people with my hairy armpits and hairy coochie and everything. So I didn't have a change of clothes, so I was.
Well, to be fair, I too would be very scared if I had to see you naked with your hairy armpits and hairy coochie.
Like, refraining from taking a shower, and then I finally took a shower, and it was the best thing ever. But the soap that they have, basically, it's in like it's like soap. The soap is like also supposed to be your shaving cream when you get a razor. I'll explain later why I decided not to get a razor and shave myself. But yeah, you are like they only have like one razor and you have to like share between like everyone. It's really fucking weird. But so yeah, the soap that they have is like also like shampoo, so it's supposed to be it's an all-purpose soap or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it had no scent to it. It was so fucking weird. But yeah, I finally showered.
Well, that's fucking prison soap for you. I mean, it's fucking prison soap. This is soap you get in jail. Of course it's not gonna have a fucking scent.
Wait, so before I... It's just gonna be so scattered. Okay, so before I decided to shower, and before I got my clothes or whatever, like, I was smelly. Like, I smelled like an old dirty shoe. And I was sitting on my...
Well, to be fair, you probably do smell like a old dirty shoe on a regular basis, so...
bed, and my cellie was, like, explaining a story to me, and she comes and sits on my bed and says, I'm gonna sit here for a second. I was like, oh, fuck, she's gonna smell me and be like, fucking shower, bitch. I'm like, fuck, she's gonna smell me. And then when she sits on my bed, I smell something, and I'm like... And she smells like fucking farts. Like, she literally smelled like a huge fart. Like, she was... If farting was a person, she was like a fart. So...
Well, if farting was a person, it would definitely look like you.
I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized...
No, wait, you know what? Scratch that. If farting was an actual person, it would definitely be you.
Like, she has a bunch of clothes that she hasn't changed into. She hasn't gone in the shower either. This bitch isn't showering either. She's been she's like in and out of jail, like, because she told me basically that she's been to jail before, whatever. She wasn't showering either, and she had no reason not to shower. I don't even know. Like, it was weird. And, like, I wasn't feeling insecure anymore because she fully smells worse than me. Anyway, so these were my cellmates for, like, I think, like, 10 days, maybe. Not even. Like, maybe a week. And they were all right. The girl on the floor is, like, completely delusional and weird. And...
Well, to be fair, you too are also delusional. You are the same girl who was fucking dumbfounded the moment she realized that spitting, hitting, and kicking a female police officer would result in her getting charges.
I don't know, she just kept talking about her boyfriend, like, and she was like, my boyfriend's my soulmate, he cheats on me, but I know he loves me, and I was like, bitch, please. I was just sitting there like, yep. And a lot of the times I would just pretend to sleep so that she didn't talk to me. I mastered doing that, by the way, in jail. Get the fuck away from the court, DMX! Hey, get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! No, get away! How is it not? No, you fucking... Get away! Bad! No!
How much you guys want to bet Sagittarius the Seek out here hit the bunny just now? I think she did.
Oh, we don't chew on cords. Go!
Well, maybe if you fed that fucking rabbit on a regular basis, it wouldn't have to be chewing on the cord, you fucking sea cow.
Oh. What was I even saying? Yeah, so I mastered the skill of pretending to be sleeping while people tried to talk to me and while I was in there.
I'm surprised you haven't mastered the art of not eating constantly.
Yeah, so she was, like, delusional and weird, and then the girl on the top bunk...
You're the one to talk.
...was fucking even more delusional and weird.
Again, you're the one to talk.
Oh, yeah, and the girl that was on the floor I was just talking about, she had, like, a name tatted on her knuckles, and she goes, oh, it's my brother's name. I got my brother's name tatted. She's like, but it also happens to be my boyfriend's name, too. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got your brother's name tatted on your knuckles? Like, and it just so happens to be your brother's name. I mean, your boyfriend's name. I'm like...
You never know, this bitch could be an incest.
Cool. Just like I got it done in jail, I was like, so fucking cool. So, yeah, and then the girl on the top bunk was like, she would like go like crazy when she was in the cell. Like whenever we weren't out on like in like the day room.
Well, to be fair, I too would have to. Well, to be fair, I too would be going crazy if I had to share the same fucking room with you. Especially since you don't bathe as much.
She would like go crazy and start like laughing and like full on like laughing, like hysterically laughing.
Well, to be fair, if I did actually see you in real life, I too would be laughing hysterically at you.
Randomly at nothing. And like she would do this like in the middle of the night too. And like she kept ranting about shit. Like I don't even know what she was saying. And then they
Man, this is fucking sucks. I got charged for meth and now I have to share a fucking cell with a fucking takeout that smells like a barn? Ah, fuck my life.
farted a lot. Like they farted a lot. And this girl said we're not allowed to flush the toilet during the night. And she would go and she had like a routine. Like her routine was she would shit in the middle of the night. And I would have to go pee over her shit. So I just held my pee in for the whole night because I'm not peeing over your shit. What if you know, like, what if I pee and like the toilet water splashes back up and then I get a fucking syphilis from you or something? Like, I don't know. And
honestly, I really won't be surprised if in the near future this fucking warthog gets syphilis. And if she does, oh, you better believe I'm gonna make a video on that, because you know this bitch is definitely gonna make a video on that. And when that day fucking happens, I am going to laugh my ass off over that.
So yeah, the girl on top was crazy, and then she stopped the laughing and started full on masturbating in the middle of the night. Like I can't reenact it because that's inappropriate, but like just picture someone.
I'm sure you'll probably start masturbating at some point on this fucking channel. Hell, maybe there's a video where you're actually doing it on YouTube and I just haven't found it yet.
Like, it was like she thought she was alone in a room masturbating and she was moaning and everything and moving around. I was like, what the fuck? I felt so fucking uncomfortable. Like, I was like, what the fuck, bro? But yeah, so then I got my cell switched and I went to a different cell. And
wait a minute, you can actually choose to move your cells in jail? What the fuck? So first you can't fucking pick and choose your cellmates, but you can actually change to be put into a new cell if you want to on a whim? How the fuck does that work? You can't choose who you want to stay with you in the cell. Meanwhile, you can choose to go into a new cell if you want to when you're in jail. Is that the fucking norm in Canada? I don't think that's how it works in the States. Then again, what would I know? I've never been to jail before because I'm not a fucking idiot. Unlike this fucking sea cow here, Ethan Ralph, I can actually obey the law. Because I'm not a fucking moron like those two.
sorry, my tongue hurts.
Honestly, you know what? If this bitch wasn't into black dudes, I swear her and Ethan Ralph, they'd make a perfect fucking couple. Like, forget Faith Vickers, forget Nora, forget Aiden Paladin. If we can manage to set these two up on a blind date, they'd be happy together. I swear.
So I went to a different cell, and then my next cellies, like, they were cool, whatever. Like, I didn't have any problems with them. And then, like, I learned how to toilet talk or whatever. Like, what? I didn't learn, like, I wasn't doing it, but, like, I saw them do it, and, like, I know how to do it now. Not that I'm going back, but, like, whatever.
Okay, first off, I'm pretty sure in the near future this bitch is going to be going back to jail. Second of all, what the fuck is toilet talk? Is that just another word for dirty talk? Is that what toilet talk is? Fucking sounds like it. Then again, what would I know?
And her boyfriend happened to be, like, above her in a cell, so she was toilet talking to him.
Do they not seriously segregate, the fucking jail in Canada? Are both men and women allowed to be in the same general area? Like in American jails, from what I've seen on TV, the women, they got their very own section, and then the men, they got their very own section, and everyone's just kind of, separate.
Um,
How long have I been going for? Okay.
I think I have the stomach flu. Oh yeah, I think I already
don't
said
care.
that. Sorry.
And you burp into your shirt too. How fucking classy.
Okay, so yeah,
Well,
my breath smells like fucking bum cheese. Oh, I know my hair. Ew. Okay. So yeah, she was just toilet talking the whole time basically, and like that cell was super cold, so like I was freezing my ass off at night. So then I ended up switching cells a couple days after, and I went into this different cell, and there.
why? Why did you switch cells again? I thought you said that your cellies were cool, that you got along with them well. Why the fuck are you switching cells again? Just why?
Were two girls, and like they were on the bunk, and I was on the floor, and I ended up going back to the original cell I was in. So the first.
Okay, so day fucking one, little Miss Sea Cow goes into one cell, where she's got two cellies. One of them doesn't bathe, the other one laughs at night and masturbates hard at night. Then she moves to this other cell and she gets along with her cellies. And she has to sleep on the floor. Then she moves once again into another fucking cell where she has to sleep on the floor again. And then a couple of days later, she goes back to her original cell. How does this make sense? You're in fucking jail. This isn't a game of musical chairs. I honestly do not believe that you could just pick and choose what fucking cell you want to sleep in. Is this the fucking norm in Canada? Can you really do that in a Canadian jail? I don't fucking know, and I sure as shit don't want to find out. I just don't fucking believe that you can pick and choose your fucking jail cells in jail. How does this work?
Tonight I go into the cell. They're on the bottom bunk snorting something, and I'm like, what do you guys do? What are you guys like doing? What is that? Cause like I'm nosy and like I'm bored, so I want to know what the fuck y'all are snorting. Plus you're doing it in a room with me there, and I want to know what it is. So they're snorting something or whatever, and I was like, what is that? What are you guys snorting? And they were like, whatever you think it is. And then yeah, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's a big secret. So then. The morning after that, our cells ended up getting rushed or whatever, and they woke us up. They took us all out of the cells. They strip searched us in the showers. They checked all our clothes. They like went through our cells and like checked everything, and then they put us all in a room for like an hour or two, just like while they searched, and they brought in the dogs to sniff out for drugs. And then I found out that half the girls on range were smoking crack and meth that night. And
how the fuck were these two girls in question able to get fucking meth and crack into the jail cell? Into the fucking jail in question? Just how? How does this work? What kind of fucking topsy-turvy land is Canadian jails? Okay, so first, you can't choose who you want to be your cellmate, but you can also pick and choose what cell you want to be in at any given moment. And even though it is highly even though it's not allowed for you to have any drugs in said jail, you can apparently get crack and fucking heroin in said, fucking jail. Jesus Christ, people like to say the United States justice, the United States jail system is fucked up. That's nothing compared to what's going on in Canada, apparently.
That what the girls were snorting beside me was crack and meth. So I'm like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what to say because, no, I don't need to say or do anything, but like, it was scary because I'm not used to being around that shit. Like, yeah, you do drugs too, you do cocaine. Bitch, I do coke, like, occasionally, like, literally, like, maybe.
See, this is the part I was telling you guys at the beginning of this video. When this bitch says, I don't do drugs, I don't do drugs, I don't do drugs, and now what? We're 17 minutes into this fucking video. What is this bitch doing? Oh yeah, she's admitting to snorting coke.
Twice a month, 3 times a month max.
I'm not on drugs, I'm not on drugs, I'm not on drugs, I'm not on drugs. 17 minutes fucking later into this video. Okay, well, I do snort coke at least 2 or 3 times a month. I wonder what else. I wonder what other kinds of drugs this bitch is on. Probably a lot more than she's willing to admit, at least.
So no, I'm not used to drugs. Like, I'm not used to being around drugs. None of my friends do drugs. Like,
you're not used to drugs. Meanwhile, you do cocaine at least 2-3 times a month. Okay, sweetie. Okay.
I'm not around shit like that. Like, I'm a bougie bitch. Okay.
You're not around drugs, meanwhile you do fucking coke 2-3 times a month. Make up your fucking mind.
That doesn't put sheets on the bed. But yeah. So, that was interesting. And then they let us back in the cells and like they were telling, they were saying like my cellies were saying like, oh, like, yeah, like they were snorting crack. And like the girl in there was like explaining how she was snorting crack and how she like.
How the fuck were they able to get crack into the jail in the first place? Do they not have people whose job it is to make sure that fucking drugs don't get smuggled into the jail? They should, don't they? What kind of topsy-turvy world is the Canadian judicial system? How does this make sense? How is it you're not allowed to pick who you want to live in be your cellmate, but meanwhile, it's perfectly okay for you to snort crack and heroin in fucking jail? How does this work?
They were like tossing a lighter back and forth from cells to each other while they were snorting.
How the fuck did they get the lighter in too? This doesn't make sense. How does this make sense? This does not make sense. You cannot choose who you want to be your cellmate in Canadian jails, apparently. But at the same time, you can pick and choose whatever cell you decide you want to live in. Like it's a fucking game of musical chairs. And it's apparently real easy to get coke and heroin and lighters smuggled into the fucking jail, apparently. At least according to the sea cow.
And hovering over the toilet, whatever, I don't even know. And I was just like standing there like, oh, so cool. Interesting. Holy fuck, get me the fuck out of here. And then, so these new cellies that I got were like, I think they mentioned it maybe 3 times a day. They literally brought my weight up like 3 times a day. Like they would say stuff. I'm just gonna like quote some stuff that they said. Okay, so I said something about how I didn't know that feet could sweat. I know that sounds stupid, but I didn't know that. And this girl goes, well, yeah, because we actually get circulation to our feet, unlike you. And then they were like, have you always been that big? And then they were like, and then I mentioned something about how
I fucking like these people now that she's talking about. I fucking love these cellmates.
Having a Tinder, they're like, oh, do you use your high school pics back when you weren't as fat?
Probably.
Like, they were literally, like, in shock that I could get Tinder dates and that guy is actually
Well, I'm also shocked too that your fat ass can get Tinder dates.
fucked me because I'm so fat. Like, that's basically
Well, to be fair, men will fuck anything with vaginas.
what they were saying. And then they were like, oh, where's your mom? And it was like, oh, she's dead. And then they were like, was she fat too?
Probably.
And then they were like, is your dad fat?
Probably.
They're like, have you, like, and like they, oh, and one of the girls kept like calling me Tubby and Fatty and Teletubby and like she.
Hey, Oinky. Hey, land whale. Your mom's dead, eh? What happened? She ate one too many cheesecakes. They collapsed on the fucking floor. How many times of diabetes did your dad have? I fucking love these people.
Said something like about if the girl jumped off the top bunk, she'd bounce off me like a trampoline because I'm so fat.
Okay, I know these people are fucking criminals and scumbags, but the way they're laying into this fucking sequel, I fucking love them.
I was like, I wanted to say something so fucking bad, but like the way it's set up is like all these girls on range knew each other, okay? Like they've all been in and out of that jail. They're all from the same area. They all like are from like the same type of lifestyle, which is like doing drugs, selling drugs, like blah blah blah. And I'm not even joking, I'm not even capping, like swear on my whole ass life, I am the only girl on range that did not do drugs. These girls were.
Okay, so you say you did not drugs. Meanwhile, at 17.57, you admitted to doing cocaine 2 to 3 times a month. But no, seriously though, guys. This Sagittarius shawty, she doesn't do drugs, even though she does cocaine 2 to 3 times a month.
Like they weren't doing all of this on range, but like they were all talking about like how they smoke fentanyl, meth, crack, like all that type of shit, and like telling me like, well, they weren't telling me, they were like talking about it and I was listening. But like they were just talking about fentanyl and like how much they buy and how much they spend on it and like the different colors you can get or something, and like I was just there like, holy fucking shit, like what the fuck is this? And like
how much you guys want to bet that after she got out of jail, she fucking started buying fentanyl and shit? I really wouldn't be surprised if in the near future we find out that this bitch gets thrown in jail again because she was caught with fentanyl. I really wouldn't.
my tongue fucking hurts, bro.
I don't care.
It was just like I felt so uncomfortable the whole time. And then like I was holding in my anger. Like, okay, obviously like I'm like a body positivity person or whatever, and I'm comfortable being fat. But like we're not friends. I wasn't friends with these girls. These are just girls that I was put in a cell with. Like I don't understand why they felt so comfortable taking shots at me about my weight.
Well, because you're a fat, hairy, smelly sea cow. I mean, you're a prime target for virtually anyone.
The time, like I didn't say anything back, because like I said, they all know each other. Like if I were to like, I feel like if I were to like swing on one, then they would all come for me. So I was just like, okay, whatever, like let it go, let it go, let it go. Then one night I got into like an argument with the girl on the top bunk, and we were talking. I said something like, you can be fat and healthy, which is true. You can.
No, you can't.
And like I know girls that are literally fat and they're like vegans, they work out, whatever.
Okay. How can you be vegan and work out and still be fat? How does this work? You have a good diet, you exercise regularly. How the fuck are you still fat? How? I don't get it.
Whatever, and they're healthy people. And she's like, no, you can't. Like, when you're fat, like, you put a strain on, like, all your organs, da-da-da-da-da. She was like, you probably can't even stand up, and you probably can't even stand up without getting tired. Like, can you even stand on your feet for, like, an hour without getting tired? Like, da-da-da-da-da.
Probably not.
And I was like, first of all, I wasn't even talking about myself. I just said in general, you can be fat and healthy. She's like, you're not fucking healthy. I'm like, I wasn't talking about myself. And then she's like, or whatever, I'm not arguing with someone who doesn't know what mildew was, because I had asked her previously, like, what's mildew, because I didn't know what it was. Sorry. I'm not a fucking walking dictionary. But anyways, so
I had made a joke in one of my earlier vids going over the sea cow, in which I stated that I don't think Sagittarius shawty never really graduated middle school. But now that I know that this bitch apparently doesn't even know what mildew is and has a limited vocabulary, I wholeheartedly believe now that this sea cow has never really graduated middle school. Or at the very least dropped out of elementary school.
I was like, oh yeah, I was like, and then she said that, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not arguing with a fucking druggie. I knew the moment it came out of my mouth that that was a fucking mistake. I literally said it and I was like, oh. But that's what happens when you fucking piss me off and it builds up. I'm gonna fucking say something that I shouldn't have said. But I don't understand why it's so okay for them to be
Yeah, and look where that got you.
throwing shots at my weight, and then the moment I call them out on, like, they are druggies, they do smoke meth every day and fentanyl and everything, like, I don't understand why that was wrong. Like, I'm fat. I admitted to being fat. I didn't say anything about them calling me fat, but the moment I said druggie, she hops down on her fucking bunk bed and she starts going like this and, like, pacing across the room. She's like this and, like, and then she was like, I just want to fucking, and then I was like, just laying on the ground, like, and then she goes, you don't even know, like, you don't even fucking know me, like, da-da-da-da. She's like, I can list 10 reasons right now why I'm better than you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, because, okay, like, I ended up telling, like, we were talking, and, like,
A druggie explaining to a sea cow why said druggie is better than the sea cow. Truly, the greatest battle of losers has taken place in this Canadian jail.
telling each other things about ourselves, and, like, they asked me what I did, and, like, I explained to them that I used to, like, work or whatever, like, she's like, and, like, okay, when I told them that I used to escort or whatever, and that I, like, escorted from time to time, they were like, yeah, I can never do that, like, I have morals, blah.
The fucking meth addict is dunking on the sea cow hooker. Just let that sink in.
Where are they? Bitch, you guys fully smoke meth and fentanyl every day, and you're sitting there talking to me about morals. And, like, they're always talking about stealing from people and, like, beating the shit out of people and stuff for no reason, like, and they want to tell me, oh, we actually have morals.
What a fucking druggie that beats the shit out of people and steals from people often to get drugs tells you that she's better than you. You know you fucking lost.
But yeah, anyway, she's like, I can list 10 reasons why I'm better than you, and blah, 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 blah. I wanted to go off so fucking bad, you don't even understand. So I literally just laid there and I said, okay. I just said, okay. Like, I wasn't gonna say anything. Like, I just did it. I was like, and then she went back up on her bunk. While I was there were no fights though. Like, there was one fight, and like, it wasn't even a fight. This girl just got punched in the face because she forgot. Well, she didn't forget. She only paid half her dessert for her braid up. So they confronted her, and she was like rude about it. And I guess the girl.
So this bitch that wanted a fucking braid up got her ass kicked because instead of giving the person who was gonna braid their hair one whole Twinkie, they only paid him half a Twinkie? Oh, okay then.
Just punched her in the face.
Canadian jails are weird.
And then, oh yeah, all these girls are like in their 30s to like 40s, by the way. So, women. And they were all kind of like, there were only like 2 pretty girls on the whole range.
And you definitely were not one of them.
Like, a lot of them were missing like a lot of teeth, and like, you could tell they did drugs. One of them even talk like a whole ass hillbilly / like crackhead. Like, I don't even know. And like, the girls in my cell were so fucking racist. It was disturbing.
I like these people already.
Like, I can't even count the amount of times they said the N-word, and like, it was. And then there was.
Imagine if Sagittarius the sea cow admitted to these fucking drugged up racists that she bangs black people. Oh my god, they'd fucking murder her.
Speaking in patois too, and I was like, and talking about how it's gross to fuck a black guy and shit like that. And I was just like, holy fuck, bro. Like, who the. But anyways.
I like these people. They're so fucking based.
What else is there?
Oh no.
I did not find myself a wifey because they were all crackheads.
Oh, boo-hoo for you.
Okay, I did meet one person though that was like I liked her, like not like that, but like as a person, like she was a nice girl, and well, like 3 of them were nice. Yeah, 3 of them were nice. But like I didn't find myself a wifey because I wasn't expecting them. Okay, but this is the thing. I wasn't supposed to go to that jail, or like I guess I was. The jail that I would like normally go to is somewhere closer to my house. They sent me to a jail that's in the city that's like literally crackhead central. People were literally.
Well, you did get charged with assaulting a police officer, so do you honestly think they would send you to the jail that's near your house? Fucking airhead.
Overdosing like almost every day. Like there would be code whites like every day, and like a code white is like someone.
Jesus Christ, it must be real easy to get fucking drugs in this Canadian jail Sagittarius the sea cow was in.
Dying. The girls on our range, like there was a girl in the cell beside me who had a seizure from like being dope sick. Oh, there were so many dope sick girls that were just like puking and shitting their asses off from like coming off the drugs. There were a lot of we were so over capacity that they were putting psych patients on our range too, and like letting them out in the day room with us. And like I was like, what the fuck?
Okay. So in the wonderful strange world that is the Canadian prison system, you can't pick and choose who you want to stay with in your cell, but you can switch cells any other day on a whim if you feel like it. Even though drugs are not allowed in jails and in prisons in general, you can just as easily get drugs smuggled into said jail. And also, there's always a lot of people overdosing in those jails. At least in the one Sagittarius shawty was in. And aside from that, as a result of the jail in question being so overpopulated, Sagittarius Shorty and the rest of the fucking inmates had to share their jail, with psych patients. Either Sagittarius Shorty's story is so fucked up and full of lies and holes, which is probably the case, or the Canadian prison system is just as fucked up, if not 12 times worse, than the US one. Just fucking wow.
And there was this one like old lady in the cell that like was literally screaming like she was being tortured. Like she was like literally
Well, to be fair, if I saw you, in real life, I would scream like I was being tortured.
sounded like she was being tortured. The way she was screaming so fucking loud, it was so scary. And she would do it every night for like hours and hours, and it was just...
Again, if I saw you in real life, particularly if you were naked, I too would be screaming for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. In fact, after seeing your fucking Pornhub channel, I was definitely screaming for hours and hours and hours in horror.
And like I snore, and like my cellie kept getting mad at
Of course you fucking snore.
me snoring, and she would like tell me to shut the fuck up every time I snored. And then she had like this rule where we had to fart in the
How much you guys wanted to bet Sagittarius Shawty threatened to sit on her if she didn't shut her mouth? I guarantee she did.
toilet and flush it if we needed to fart. Also back to my hairiness, I didn't feel like sharing a razor with them, and like the razor was like one of those 2-blade like dollar store razors.
I'm amazed you shave in general, honestly.
So I wasn't shaving my shit in there, and like I didn't even really care because like it's just a bunch of like weird girls that I'm around. I don't really care if my coochie is fucking hairy as shit. And everyone, like, my cellies were like, oh, like, you don't want everyone seeing your hairy coochie. Like, you don't want to be known as the girl who didn't shave, whatever. Like, bitch, I do not give a fuck about my reputation here. Like, I do not give a fuck if they think I'm weird because I'm not fucking shaving. I don't give a fuck if you guys see my fucking hairy puss hole. Because I have to see you guys smoking fucking crack. I don't know, like, basically, it was really boring, to be honest. Like, there wasn't much excitement. Like, I thought it was gonna be people getting jumped, like...
Well, it's fucking jail. Of course it's gonna be boring. It's not like what you see on fucking TV, you fucking potato.
Every day, and, like, bad bitches in there, and, like... But it was a bunch of, like, crackheads. And... I'm not crackhead shaming, but, like... I know...
Yeah, it's funny how you crackhead shame people, meanwhile you snort coke at least, 2-3 times a month?
Oh, obviously life gets hard and, like, people turn to drugs, like, obviously, because, like, I drink to cope with my shit, so I'm just poisoning my body the same way.
Yeah, you cope because your mom was constantly giving you salads before she kicked the bucket. Your life was real sad.
No, like, I'm poisoning my body too, just, like, in a different way. It's just I'm not used to being around drug. And I didn't even...
You say you're not used to being around drugs or people that do drugs. Meanwhile, you do fucking cocaine 2 to 3 times a month. You liar.
No, people actually did fentanyl for fun. I thought that was a drug that people stayed away from because it kills you. I don't know. But anyways, I just spent my whole days just like...
I swear at some point we're gonna find out that this bitch does fentanyl. I really wouldn't be surprised if she does indeed do fentanyl.
I would sleep all the fucking time to pass the time, and like... the food. So all of these girls are used to the food because they've either been there for a long time or they're in and out, so they're used to it. The food got me sick as fuck, I think about like 5 times, to the point where I was literally puking and shitting like crazy. I had explosive diarrhea the last 3 days of my stay. I got out yesterday, okay? I had diarrhea up until yesterday for 3 days straight. And it was fucking explosive. My ass was on fucking fire. I was farting like crazy in front of 2 people. They were sitting there laughing at me and they're like, holy fuck, it fucking stinks. And like, it basically like gave me an infection in my stomach because I don't know, my cellie was saying something like, when you burp and it has like that like weird like rotten egg taste or whatever, it means there's an infection in your stomach, which I realized was actually true because every time I do get sick, I burp and like it tastes like gross and gross as fuck. That's how I usually know that I'm sick, is when I burp and it tastes like gross as fuck, which is happening to me right now again. But it's weird because I'm not in jail. I didn't eat jail food, so I don't know why I'm sick. But yeah, so I come out. No one picked me up. My friends visited me. Like 2 of my friends visited me.
Just let that sink in. This bitch spends over 35 days in fucking jail, and the minute she gets out, no one is there to pick her up and take her home. Not even her fucking father. Oh, that's fucking beautiful.
Only one time. I'm not like sitting here saying like, oh, like fuck them, whatever. Like, they only visited me once, but like it was kind of disappointing. My dad doesn't visit me. I came home to like a clean room though, semi-clean. My dad picked up everything off my floor and threw it on my bed, and he put all my clothes in like bags in the hallway to wash. He was taking care of my bunny. My bunny has like his food and everything set up. My bunny's still alive, thank God. Yeah, I think what I missed the most when I was in jail was my bunny.
I guarantee that bunny didn't miss you, though. Oh!
I'm gonna get him to come here. Baby, come here. Bunny.
Didn't you throw your bunny out of the fucking room earlier when the bunny was chewing on the cords because you do a piss poor job feeding the damn thing?
Come here. Bunny. Come see Mama. I don't know where he is right now.
The bunny left is now living with shoe on head.
Bunny. Come here, baby. But yeah,
I swear, I want to fucking steal this sea cow's bunny now and just give it to shoe on head. Because I guarantee you that shoe on head would do a way better job taking care of that fucking rabbit than this sea cow.
sorry, my stomach fucking hurts.
I don't
Probably
care.
gonna puke in like 20 minutes. But yeah, so I get out. So I was sentenced to 55 days, which was like 60 days, but like I did 5 days in jail in the summer. So apparently in jail you only do two-thirds of your sentencing. So it was put down to 35 days. So I only did 35 days, and then I come out and I had to Uber.
Sometimes I wish this bitch would have stayed longer in fucking jail. Again, the internet would be a much better place if this dumb thought was in a jail cell instead of on the internet.
Home. But the weird thing is, like, I thought like I was gonna be broke when I got out, because like, you know, like I wasn't posting anything, I wasn't making money. I come out of jail and my bank account has like $2,000 in it that I never saw there before. And then I go on my fucking OnlyFans, and while I was in jail, I made $3,000 on that too.
This right there is why I've lost hope in the internet and humanity as a whole. The fact that this fucking sea cow was in jail for over 35 days. She made $3,000 on fucking OnlyFans. Just let that sink in. This ugly sea cow gets thrown in jail and has to spend 35 days in jail. And the whole time she was in jail, this fucking warthog made $3,000 on OnlyFans. Holy shit. It truly boggles the mind.
Converted to USD, that's like, for converted like to Canadian from USD, that's more than $2,000 or $3,000. So yeah, I'm set on money for now.
The fact that you even make money in general on OnlyFans is truly astonishing. But again, this fucking ugly sea cow, was in jail for 35 days. And even though she wasn't posting anything to OnlyFans, she was making $3,000. $3,000! Just wow.
got an infection while I was in jail too, and I keep getting these weird sores on my boobs. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with my body, bro. I don't know. The food was fucking disgusting as fuck.
Of course, the little Miss Oinky will be complaining about the fucking food.
Oh, I really need to puke. Yeah, the food was fucking disgusting. There were no, like, I don't even know I had such, like, different expectations for jail. Like, I thought there were gonna be girls, like, fucking in the showers and shit, and, like, bad bitches everywhere.
You really watch too much TV, I swear.
And fucking, like, tough, scary, big bitches. Like, no, nothing was, like...
Okay, I know you're a vapid airhead, and you have the IQ of a peanut, if not lower than that. But seriously, though, the stuff you see on TV, it ain't like that in the real world. You should know.
That was even, like, there was no one in there that I would have been scared of. To be honest, like...
No, but I guarantee a lot of people were scared of you because, well, if they fuck with you, you were probably gonna eat them.
And they were all, like, they were all nice, but only to your face. Like, in my cell was, like, right beside, like, this place where, like...
Oh, don't worry, if I was in the same jail as you, I would definitely shit talk you every other fucking day.
Everyone would gather to talk their shit.